Shipping thrives in chaos. Is it a
So people will kill me for it, but I believe that because a lot of these incidents happened, which like this Ukraine-Russia war or this Red Sea chaos. Hi everyone, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata Di. आज मेरे इस podcast पे I've got a one special guest, and sir's name is Jagmeet Makkar sir. Sir is my 27 years seniors in college, and I would want sir to give the brief introduction. But before that, what is the purpose of this podcast? This podcast is for any person who is joining Merchant Navy and wants to know a bit about Merchant Navy, which is apart from sailing, which is called commercial shipping, जिसके बारे में आप जानेंगे. It is very very important for people who are sailing and they want to know about commercial shipping, maybe for a different prospects, maybe for another job in ship chartering, ship broking, or other aspects. And for those people as well, those who are already working in commercial shipping or doing courses in commercial shipping, so that they can know more about it. The only thing is that we are going to start from the very beginning, so that for people who have never heard about commercial shipping, even they can understand. So this podcast might be a long one, but very very important, very very useful. Why? Because the person whom I am going to talk to, he has himself devoted his life to commercial shipping. He is not just a teacher. अब मैं थोड़ी सी तारीफ करना चाहूँगा, but this is what an actual thing is. सर ने हर वो काम किया है, he has done it himself, which he will be talking about today. So a man and legend in himself. And sir, welcome to my podcast, sir.
Thank you, Praneeth. It's a pleasure to be here.
Sir, our last podcast was a very very bad one. मतलब we did it on a Zoom call, and this I am under a lot of pressure because we both have to prove to someone that this podcast is worth it. So we can wish her best of luck. Can we do that, sir?
Yes.
Jai Mother. And this is for you, ma'am. We will improve this time. Okay, sir. So before we start this podcast, a brief introduction about yourself.
My name is Jagmeet Makkar. I was born and brought up in Rajasthan, Udaipur, then shifted to Chandigarh after a few years. Born in a very middle class family, not with a silver spoon in my mouth. And I mention this because for all of us who are from villages, I am from a village. I have done everything which many of you cannot even imagine. Been taking my cows and my sheep for grazing in the fields, taking care of my birds, chicken, collecting eggs, giving them medicine, so all those sorts of things. So once I joined Merchant Navy, that was in DMET, 1977-81 batch. Thereafter, I sailed on a number of ships, different types. And once that was done, it was almost like 12 years with 2 years break in Indian Engineering Services when I did my ICS. I started my career ashore as a person who does shipbuilding supervision, machinery supervisor, and gradually also started doing the hull supervision. Then the next step was logical, as a ship manager, as a superintendent, then moved on to fleet manager, then technical manager, general manager of the company. But that was more on to the technical side. So in 1999, I started thinking that enough is enough. I've done a lot technical, all the lube oil and spare parts and everything. And I could see my commercial colleagues talking about dollars and cents, loads of money. I said, yes, I would like to learn a bit more. So desire is one thing, wish is one thing, want is one thing. But how do I prepare myself to be able to do what they are doing? The first step I thought about was to learn, to do my ICS exams. I didn't even know what ICS was. So, and I didn't have those days like you have today, go to the internet, type about commercial shipping and you have number of courses. I'm talking about 98, 99. Then somebody mentioned to me that why don't you do your ICS exams? And ICS full form is Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers. I said, that's for shipbrokers. I'm not a shipbroker. I'm a technical guy. So how do I do this? Then we'll talk a bit more about it later. So I did my ICS exams and I wanted to basically learn a bit more about commercial. So started at the bottom rung as an operations executive, gradually moved as a chartering manager, but at the same time continuing to do my ship management. Boss said, I will not give you two salaries, only one salary, and you can do your commercial and this thing. So this was pretty good experience. So gradually moved on to ship sale and purchase, market analysis, ship ordering. But all this was still a ship owner's perspective. I wanted to do more about cargoes, marketing. So I joined a company which was the topmost company in those days, Noble Group. And that is where I started my real commercial. So up to 2015, I did that. And 2015, I left, went to London to do my master's in energy trade and finance. And once I came back, my focus was, I was already 56 years old. So my focus was more on teaching, doing arbitration, and that is where I am. Teaching in various universities, giving lectures, and enjoying my company with my younger colleagues, the future of my country, future of my industry. And that's what we are doing it today.
Wow, amazing, sir. Even before we start with the question answer sessions and I ask you just specific questions, you said something about ki at the age of 56 you came back over and started teaching. Can you name a few universities where you have been teaching in the last, say, a decade?
Yeah.
Hi guys, I hope watching this podcast is inspiring you to make your own journey very successful. For making a successful journey, you need to have a successful career, and for that I would recommend go visit our website Merchant Navy Decoded, one stop solution to all your queries, whether you are a Merchant Navy aspirant or whether you are sailing or whether you want to quit. Go explore the website yourself and find out those value added courses which can make your life very comfortable on ship and make you an asset on board ship as well. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata Di.
So in 2016, after I finished my master's from Cass Business School, so I started thinking what else to do. So 2017, I had my own company called Skills Plus, and that is where I started teaching, and I did my first course on ship sale and purchase. I had a very big class. People from ship owner's office and charter's office, they came. Ship manager's office, they came. And thereafter, I was teaching and lecturing in Shanghai Maritime University, Dalian Maritime University, Hong Kong Polytechnic, City University in Hong Kong. And then it kept on increasing, World Maritime University. And then I was posted for 2 years in Indian Maritime University as the IMEI chair, which is almost like an academic chair. So I spent a lot of time there with DNS, BSc Nautical Science, and the SMET, which is similar to DMET in Calcutta.
Okay.
So yeah.
So here is someone who has been teaching, who first of all spent his career in technical. Like those who do not know, you have done engineering, then you go sail as a chief engineer, then you become a superintendent, then a fleet manager, then a technical manager. So पूरी जिंदगी इसमें निकली. Then he got into commercial shipping. Sir, just one more thing, and then we'll start with this thing. Sir, you told that when you were doing this commercial, when you wanted to get into commercial shipping, because those people out there were talking about dollars and cents, that is where the real money lied. Guys, I'm repeating it again. This is where the thing lies. Real money lied. So you were interested in earning more money. That was the reason, or you were interested to know more about this field. Yeah, and you have to be dead honest. Was it the money that attracted you?
It was more challenging for me. It was more of a, I must add something here. When I was preparing for my ICS exams, so every chapter that I used to read in the books, the ICS tutorship books, I used to get the feeling of what Archimedes felt when he jumped into the bathtub, yeah, the eureka. So I said, aisa bhi hota hai? Is it like this? This is how it works. So I used to feel very good. And that's what challenged me more. Money, yes, it was one of the factors, but most important factor was it was a challenge. It was something to learn new. You mentioned that moved into commercial. I actually never left technical also at the same time. When I was told, okay, you can do commercial, but the second line was, you will continue to take care of technical. So as a general manager of commercial and technical, and boss told me, you're not hiring anyone else. Yeah, so no extra support there. So I increased my number of hours. And
So that means, so many people have this complaint when they jump from say technical to they jump to commercial, that suddenly there is a dip in their salaries, because like you said, when you jumped into commercial you had to start from the very beginning once again and then climb up the ladders. So but your salary was the same, or you were earning more?
yeah, I wanted more because I was doing two persons
Two
job,
persons
in
job.
technical and commercial. So in commercial, when I was given permission, yes, you can do commercial. My colleague in commercial said, okay, we will split the number of ships. You fix. We'll come to know. I'll tell you what fixing is in commercial shipping later. So you can fix half the ships and I will fix half the ships. As an engineer, fixing for me was overhauling and tightening the nuts and bolts. Yeah. So I told him, no, there is no way I can do it. I have no experience. I have studied ICS. I know the theory, but I have no experience. So I started as the junior most person in operations. It is because I was also looking after technical that my salary was not reduced.
Otherwise it would have been reduced.
Otherwise, starting as operations executive, it would have come down by 1/10.
1/10.
Yeah, easily.
Sir, okay, so you had that backup and you were putting in those extras. Just one important thing,
Yeah.
and then we'll start. Because, sir, why I'm building this base is because if the base is not there, these people are not going to watch the podcast further until unless they know you or they know what commercial shipping is. So, sir, when we talk about numbers, sir, we know that, and sir, please, you can be diplomatic if you want to be, but if you can give certain numbers. Sir, because numbers matter today, people need inspirations, and money is the biggest inspiration, at least for me. And I believe 90% people in India are like me. Money is inspiration. So we know the salary of a LNG chief engineer, around $18,000 a month. We know the salary of a captain on tankers, around $14,000 a month, which amounts to say 10 lakh, 12 lakh rupees a month. So sir, how much can a guy who's working in ship chartering can get?
See, if you are looking at person joining ship chartering from the beginning, not as the captain of ship chartering.
You start as a junior
you
engineer,
have
then you
to-
become a
have to
chief
start.
engineer.
So on a like-to-like basis, if somebody, let's say, is a captain on board the ship LNG, it means he's got a lot of years, number of years experience. So if he is also in commercial shipping and has good number of experience, number of years of experience, then definitely he would be earning at least twice more than what the captain would earn. I'm
And
talking
that-
about the experience should be there.
Understood,
But
sir.
if you're starting at the lowermost level, then it won't be much.
It would be 1/10, equivalent to that of a salary of a junior engineer, or slightly more than that, or that
Slightly
of
more than that.
Slightly.
The reason, Praneeth, one thing we have to remember, you don't come ashore only for money. Rather, you come ashore to settle down, or you have many reasons to come ashore. People don't want to sail all the time. And you don't have to become a captain or chief engineer to jump into commercial shipping or even in technical shipping ashore. You can do it whenever you want. So this thing must be made very clear to people that it's not really necessary to become a master and chief engineer and only then the opportunities ashore open. No, that's not true. It is good to have that experience. I would not deny it. But it's also good to know what is it you want in life. There are people who are even fourth engineer, third engineer, or second, third officer. They have that, desire to get into commercial shipping or join ashore. Yeah. So that's something which can get quite interesting.
Okay, sir. So now we got the brief. It's about money, but not everybody reaches the top. You have to start from the very basics. But this is, guys, commercial shipping. Welcome to it, and welcome to this podcast. And we'll start from very, very beginning. These questions have been given to me by Jagmeet sir, and maybe my interrogative questions will come in between. So, sir, why do we need ships? I know the answer. I guess most of the others know, but
I
still
think
coming from you.
everybody, Praneeth, knows the answer. Why do we need ships? You will get a reply for transportation of goods.
Cheaper transportation of goods.
Yeah, that is the caveat. So we have to say that it's the most economical way of transportation. That's the reason 80 to 85% of the entire trade is done by sea. So the seaborne trade is almost 80 to 90%. Now, why I'm saying 80 to 90%, all depends whether you are looking at it by volume or by value. So those things are important. So that's the reason you need ships. If shipping wasn't there, your goals of globalization will not be met.
Definitely,
The
sir.
free trade will not be met. Whatever is there in your room here, half the things will not be here. Yeah.
Okay. So, sir, when we talk about shipping, there are four major pillars which are important for shipping. Can we talk about those four major pillars, sir?
When we talk about four major pillars, do you mean four markets in the
Yes,
life
sir.
of
Four.
the ship?
Yes, sir. Four
Yeah.
markets.
So four markets in the life of the ship would be, first one of course is the cradle. The idea that the ship is to be purchased or not purchased, ship is to be ordered in the new building. So the new building market is the first market
That is shipbuilding.
out of the four, shipbuilding. So you have to look at what's the price of the ship, new building price of the ship, different shipyards. So that's a complete market in itself. So that understanding is required if you are doing that part of shipping, right? So one thing I want to tell your viewers that shipping is very vast. If we think that if I am a new building expert, I can become a second-hand vessel expert or a good chartering guy or a good cash buyer or recycling guy, if you would be like a superhuman if you can do it. But you need to choose what your forte is. You need to see what your interest is. So the first market, which is the new building market, there it has got its own expertise you require, the own relationships that you require with the owners. I'm talking as a new building broker. You need to know owners, what their requirements are. You need to know shipyards, what type of ships they produce, what is the order book, right? So all that is important. Then comes as soon as the ship comes out of the shipyard, you have to start making money, right? So that's the revenue. So you have the freight market, the time charter hire or the dollar per ton freight market. So you need to have that expertise, whether you are a charterer or you are someone working in owner's office doing that function, or if you are a ship broker who is doing chartering. Now when we say chartering, which chartering? Like you got so many different segments in the industry. There is bulk chartering, and bulk has got again two. It can be dry bulk, it can be wet bulk, which is your tanker.
So the people out here are getting confused because they do not know anything about chartering. So even before, when we are talking about markets, let's just talk in the most layman language that we can talk, and then maybe gradually in the podcast we'll be discussing.
I agree with you. So you have the new building. So that's the one market. Other market is your chartering market, where you make money. Third one is maybe you want to sell that ship or you want to buy a second-hand ship. So you have a sale and purchase market. And finally, the ship has to be recycled. You have a recycling market.
Okay, so if I can put in simple words, say I want to buy a truck. So first market is when I want to buy a truck, that truck is being manufactured in Tata. So that is where people are earning money. Tata ne pure, they have spent a lot of money buying parts, iron ore, all those stuffs. So that is one market, building. I buy the truck, I spend money. Now I'm giving this truck on rent and I'm trying to earn money by various kind of transportation of X by the cement, X by the stuffs. It is happening great. Now I want to sell this truck or buy another truck. This is the third market that we are talking about. Right, sir? Yeah. And fourth is now my truck has become old and I sell it to a scrapyard in terms of selling just recycle.
Yeah.
So these are the four markets that we're talking about.
Exactly same in shipping.
Same in shipping.
Yeah.
Great, sir.
So
sir,
very nice. I have learned this, how to put things in a very, very easy way.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. Okay, sir. So four markets done. So now let us just talk about the first market in brief. So when we talk about shipyard market, why should a seafarer or a person who's watching this video be interested in knowing about the shipyards? What is he getting there?
You see, when you're sailing on board the ship, you know the product quite well. Now it again depends on how seriously you take your job. Yeah. So if you're on the ship and you're trying to learn everything about the ship, let's say you are an engineer, but you also try and learn how does a ballast water tank look like, how does windlass work, how do the rest everything else apart from your own work. So a person who is on board the ship has a good understanding of the product. So what are you doing in new building market? There is a client for whom you want to build a product.
So basically, you have a lot of opportunities,
You have
job opportunities.
because you have that knowledge. You add the market knowledge to it, and you can be a very good shipbroker for new building, or you can be a very good person working in a ship owner's office.
Okay, sir,
looking after new building.
Okay, I'll put it this way, in a same form of truck. So, sorry, sir, this is how I learn things. So, first thing is, if I am a guy who was I was a truck driver, like a marine engineer on board ship or a captain on board ship, and I have got keen interest in knowing a tire, what kind of material it is made up of, how it is working, the axle ka size kitna hota, how is it working, how is the engine working, why this truck is not vibrating much, what material it is made up of, XYZ. So tomorrow, if I want to work with someone who's only doing a job of buying and selling of trucks, so that person hires me, and now my job is, Arey sir, this truck does not look nice because it is vibrating too much. We will not give him 8 lakh rupees for this truck. We'll give him 7,45,000 rupees. So this is where the buying comes. So now when you have that knowledge, either you can work in a company which is building trucks, say in a shipyard, like in a truck manufacturing company. And if you understand buying and selling and you can mix finance with that knowledge, then you can become a shipbroker, like I became a truck broker.
Exactly the same. There is no difference as far as the concept is concerned, but ships are a bit more
complicated and bigger.
International, the shipyards are international. From India, if you are a person like a truck driver, you will not be going to Japan, Korea, China to build ships.
So you need more sophisticated, civilized.
Yeah, so it's a different market, but the concept.
But the concept remains the same.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Okay, sir. So this is about when you said about buying and selling.
Yeah.
So this is also covered. Now what comes next? So my question to you is, which comes along is, sir, as a ship owner, what are the functions happening in their office?
Yeah, see, if you're a ship owner, you need to have one team which looks after the assets, buying and selling, right? They would be doing the analysis of the new building market, second-hand market. So that would be their job. The other people would be who make money. Yeah, the chartering guys would be there. Now, chartering is one function. Then there is someone who needs to look after the ships when they are chartered. So that's called operations. Now, operations and chartering department, they are making use of a product. That product must be fit for service. Who makes it fit for service? Is the technical managers, technical people, the superintendents and everything. And then comes all the federal services.
Sir, I want to write it, please, because I will try to put in as simplified and see whether I am putting in the right way or not. Can you put it again, sir? One person is out there who is looking after buying and selling of ships, maybe second hand or first hand. Yeah. So maybe if I've got a truck owning company, please guys don't get angry. I've got a truck owning company. So there is one department which is looking at, I can find these cheap trucks out here which are in good condition. I want to buy them. Or maybe this factory in Jamnagar and Surat is selling good quality trucks at a cheaper price. Why do not I buy them? Or my market is increasing. I can see suddenly the market is, I want to book 10 more ships. So this is one market. Done, sir?
Yeah.
Second, there is another department in my truck company. We are buying 10 ships, 10 trucks, but we need those people who can transfer their cargo from, say, Delhi to Dehradun throughout, maybe cements, truckload, whatsoever XYZ stuffs out there. And they are looking at this chartering thing. Okay, aapko apna saman, you have to send these stuff, say, glasses or XYZ from here to this place, we will book you. And this is the money that we want to take.
This is the chartering guy.
This is the chartering guy. So similarly on ship, they are fixing these voyages. Okay, you want to send your LNG from this place to this place, or you want to send iron ore from this place to this place. This is the chartering guy doing this work. He is fixing the voyage. And correct. In the end, getting revenue. He is one of the most important guys because he is fixing the voyage.
He is the one getting revenue.
Revenue. And ship owner ke liye he is very, very important.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Then comes a third person who says, okay, you have fixed this voyage from this place to this place. Done. Now I am looking at thinking, bhaiya, with minimum resources, money spent, how can I take this thing from here to here? What kind of ship will be required? Do we have that ship, or is that ship required to come from that place to over here? No, I'm wrong.
That is the chartering.
Chartering guy. Then what is operations doing out here?
Operations would be to arranging the bunkers, to fix the agents, appoint the agents, to make sure the voyage is performed properly, minimum delays in the ports, yeah, taking care of the routes of the ship, uh, weather, loss of time. All these things are operations.
So this is
Like
operations.
coming back to your truck.
Truck,
It's
yes.
the same guys, if you have a long-term contract with, if you're doing Delhi, Dehradun, the example, okay, you fix in Saharanpur a petrol pump, and you know you're going to get a good deal because you tell him I'm going to buy in bulk. So that would be operations. That's
would be
part
operation.
of the operation.
Then second operation maybe रास्ते में dhaba wala, fixed dhaba wala, that my people are going to come and
Yes.
eat food over here.
Yeah.
Like lube oils, getting lube oils. Right, sir? On
So, all
board ship.
that. So anything which deals with the execution of a chartering commitment.
That is
So
operations.
that's one way of looking at it. So charterers, the chartering guys always commit. They make lofty promises. Okay, we'll do this. But the operations make those lofty promises become a
Executed.
reality.
Reality.
Yeah.
So is there always a balance between these guys, or they say, why do you make such kind of promises? Now this is a problem.
There is always an issue. So I don't want to go too much into detail. So there is always an issue. So that is why we have to work as a team. As a chartering guy, if I'm doing something which I have not done before, or the company has not done before, I must go to my operations, talk to them, tell them, and then get the feedback from them.
Okay.
It's no point showing yourself to be a great chartering guy, yeah, and then you lose money as a company, which is not good.
Okay. So now we have covered ship brokering, buying and selling. We have covered ship chartering, fixing. We have covered ship operations. What was the last department?
We
that
covered ship building, not ship.
ship building. We have covered ship building, but along with that, buying and selling of ships is covered
And
there,
also,
sir.
yeah.
We have covered ship chartering. Now, what is remaining? Ship operations we have covered. What
Technical.
was it? Technical. So now we have got
The
a maintenance
maintenance of the
engineer.
Yeah.
So we have got a maintenance engineer, and we have got maintenance workshops between Delhi and Dehradun,
Yeah.
where our trucks are getting repaired if they need anything. So similarly, we are on board ship engineers. Along with that, the support of technical managers, helping us so that ships can operate successfully and go from one place to another
Yeah.
place.
So here I will draw. It's a very good point that you're making. So a thought comes in my mind. I'm also learning from you how to put things with a nice analogy. Let's say if I am Jaipur Golden, I've got a lot of ships, yeah, a lot of trucks. I may like to have my own workshop, right, in 2-3 places where my trucks go, and I do my own maintenance. That would be in-house technical management.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
same thing for the ships. It becomes in-house technical management, that I am doing maintenance of my ships using my own people, using my own facilities. Otherwise, let's say I go to any garage or any workshop which is not owned by me. So that is my third party ship management.
third party. Wow, what an
So
analogy, sir. Agree.
exactly the same way it works in shipping. So in-house ship management and third
Technical
party ship
management and third
Technical
party.
management.
Okay, great, sir. So we got to know about this. I guess we have covered about. Asha, sir, a brief question, but I think so we have covered. Let me see, sir. Can you also tell us the difference between operating and operations in shipping?
See, operations we already talked about. Operations is the promises that the chartering guys make, the operations make them come true. So basically, post fixture. See, now let me explain the fix. What is fixing a ship? When you enter into a deal for employment of the ship, whether it is time charter or voyage charter, we'll come to it later. Then it's called post fixture. After you have entered into a contract, then after that, all the operations you do. As I mentioned, your bunkers, your delays in the ports, appointment of the agents, etc., etc. That's all operations. Yeah. Operating means it's a different business in itself. You may like to take somebody else's ship. Let's say if you are a head owner, you own the ship, but you don't want to do direct dealing with the cargo guys. You don't want to take the cargo in your books, right? Again, it's a little complicated I'm making, I'm sorry for that. So you don't take it on your books, and you don't want to buy the ship also. And then you want to make some money out of carrying the cargo. So somebody else's cargo, somebody else's ship, I use my brain, my experience, carry the cargo, deliver it, and make some money in the process.
This is networking?
This
Brutal
is,
networking?
This is networking. This is expertise. Having the people who know various people, like the cargo guys, the ship owners, who know good brokers, who know very good brokers. So basically you're making full use, rather you're using your efficiencies to make money.
So if I'll put it this way, please correct me, sir. I am a guy who has got very good networking resources, but I do not have the resources of owning a ship. I do, but I know a lot of ship owners. I know a lot of chartering guys, those who fix voyages, and I also know someone out there in a truck company mein. And I also know people, those who have got their stuff, say cement factory people, or brick factory people, those who want to send their resource, say cement or bricks from this place to another. So this guy calls me up, says, "Arey yaar, I have got 5,000 bricks with me, and I want to send it to Gujarat." I'm like, okay, no problems. I call Ravi, my friend who has got a lot of trucks. Ravi, yaar, I have got 5,000 bricks. I want to send it from this to this place. Kehta, no problems, Praneeth. I'll charge you 5,000 rupees a day, 25 days, 1,25,000. I call this guy. Arey, 1,50,000 done. Okay, 25,000 is my money. Am I right, sir?
Something similar.
Something similar.
But let me ask you a question in
Right,
your
sir.
example. Who takes the risk in this?
Who takes the risk, sir?
Do you take the risk, or the guy who is giving you the truck takes the risk, or the guy who has the bricks, he takes the risk?
Now, this is a good question, sir. If some accident happens with the truck driver, the truck owner is got to know this thing. It's his ship.
If that, don't go to that extreme.
Okay.
If your truck is delayed,
Okay.
and the bricks are not delivered in time as committed, then what happens? It would be your responsibility.
Yeah, it will, because I am the
Only
mediator in
that
between.
case it is operating. But if you are only working as a broker, that you told your friend who has got the trucks and the other guy who has the bricks, and then you are taking some commission out of it and putting their deal together, that is broking.
Okay.
Then you are not taking any risk.
Understood.
Then
But
it is the owner of the truck takes the risk.
understood.
But if you are operating, you are taking the risk.
Understood. So
You have
this
two different contracts.
understood, sir.
You have a
Understood.
contract, you are in between, you have a contract with the bricks guy, and you have a contract with the truck guy. So then
Then I am operating.
Then you are the disponent owner.
That was a question I was about to ask, but it has been covered out here.
Yeah. So that's the disponent.
So okay, I'll put it again, sir, this way. So I'm the guy who's between the brick owner and this truck owner guy. If I make a deal between both of them, अरे भैया आमने सामने बैठ जाओ, both of you sit over here. Like normally it happens in houses, na?
Same.
One person wants to buy a house, one person wants to sell, and the broker is sitting in between and he gets 1% or 2% commission. So that is what is happening. So that is a broker.
Broking. That is broking.
Another is, I say to this guy, okay, I am buying your house, and I'm talking to this guy, I will sell you the house. Then in the between, risk is mine, but then more profit percentage and commission is mine, or something like that, right?
Correct.
Am I right?
So property dealers can do two different.
Both the things. Many people do that in Dehradun itself.
That's right.
Those who have got a big money, they take that risk of telling this guy, okay, I'm taking your house. This is 50 lakhs. I give you 5 lakh rupees today. Rest 45 lakhs I'll give you in next 6 months. And by the time I find a seller, and then sell it into 70 lakhs.
Yeah. So basically, you take the market risk.
Market risk.
So if you are buying certain property, thinking the property will go up, it doesn't matter who you are, what board you have put outside your office. It doesn't matter. It is the function that you are getting into. So that defines what you do.
So sir, today shipping and truck business are being mixed together, but it is
Both are
amazing.
transportation.
Yes, both are transportation.
Yeah.
But amazing. Now I'm understanding it in a much better way. So sir, again, even though we have discussed this, what is the difference between a ship owner and a despondent owner?
See, ship owner is someone who has his skin in the game. When we say skin in the game means he is spending money, investing money to buy the ship. All right? So it could be millions of dollars. Disponent owner is only taking the ship on charter. So he's also got exposure, he's also paying money, but his investment is not so much. He's paying so many $1,000 per day. That's what his exposure is. Then he goes and enters into the other business. So disponent owner means owner yet not the owner.
Understood, sir. I'll try to again put in a truck business thing. One thing is I have got my own 10 trucks and I have invested 20 lakh rupees a truck, that is 2.5 crore rupees in this truck business. Fine. I had that money. My father was rich. On the other hand, I've got Ritik out here who has not got a rich father, but he wants to become rich. So he takes, sir, I cannot invest 2.5 crore rupees. I do not have. I have got just 2.5 lakh rupees. So what I'll do is I'll take this truck, one of your trucks, on a lease, say per day basis, or for a month. I'll take it on lease.
You're mixing two things.
Mixing. That is what I'm here to learn, sir.
Should not. So we'll talk about the lease separately. So here we are not talking about lease.
So okay, sir, I take it on per day rent.
It's a charter.
So I'll take it on per day rent. I say, sir, मैं आपको 10,000 रुपए per day दूंगा, and I want to take it for 1 month, which amounts to 3 lakh rupees.
So you're disponent owner.
Disponent owner.
You're a time charterer or disponent owner, same thing.
So 10,000 rupees every day is paying me.
Yeah.
He has taken that truck, and as soon as he takes the truck, or even before that, he has got a guy who has got his cement that needs to be transferred from this place to another, and he has got a deal. Okay, per day I'll charge you 15,000 rupees. So he's making
not per day.
Per day, okay.
Per ton.
Per ton, maybe yes,
Yeah.
per
So
ton.
if you're giving it to somebody per day basis, that's also a good business.
But that is
So
leasing.
that is time charter to time charter.
Oh God.
So you're taking it from this guy on time charter per day and giving it to somebody. So what we call it is a sublet.
Sublet.
So you're subletting. So
Sorry.
you may have between the owner, head owner, and the actual cargo carriage voyage, there could be 4, 5, 6
Oh my
owners in
God.
between. But disponent owner, please remember, let us say if the person who has got your bricks.
Sir, Ritik, let's talk about Ritik.
Let's say bricks.
Ritik ne mere se has taken on
Okay.
10,000 rupees per day, is giving me, and he's taken that
Right.
my truck on rent.
So he is taken on rent, right? And he has entered into a contract to carry somebody's bricks. For that guy who has got the bricks and his bricks have to be transported, who will be the owner?
Ritik?
Ritik.
Not me.
Is Ritik actually the owner?
No, I am the owner.
So what will we call him?
I will call him disponent.
Disponent owner.
Disponent owner. Okay.
Not desperate, not disponent. Disponent owner.
Disponent
right?
owner.
So
Okay.
he will be the disponent owner. So
Achha,
he
this is
owner
DIS.
for him.
Disponent
whose
is
cargo-
DIS.
DISPONENT.
Okay.
So he is going to carry his cargo. So for him, he is the disponent owner. He's got nothing to do with you except one thing. You as the carrier still remain responsible for the safety of his cargo
Okay.
under bill of lading.
And Abhi sir, it is a lot to be
But I
talked
just
about.
want to clarify one line I have to mention.
Okay, yeah,
so
please,
people,
please.
Later on, when people read about it, they will understand how it fits in. But some words need to be thrown in so
Definitely.
that they can understand.
See, commercial shipping is huge, and I would request, if this podcast is really appreciated by the industry people and people those who want to know more about commercial shipping, I would request sir to come maybe every 6 months whenever he comes to India. I would invite him to Dehradun, or I would try to arrange a studio in somewhere in Delhi, or so that we can continue this podcast further. Sir, my next question to you is, can we again put in brief what is commercial shipping after this trucks business?
Yeah. So let's look at your trucks again. If you buy the truck, of course, that's also commerce in it. Commercial comes from commerce, right? So you have invested money. But after buying that ship, you just put it outside your home and you cover it up and you're very happy, take pictures with it.
Not of any use? Bullshit.
Not of any use.
Wasted.
So that's something you got into a deal thinking the market price will go up and you don't want to use and you want to wait for 5 months, market goes up and you sell it. Very much a commercial shipping activity.
Agreed.
All right, very much. But generally speaking, you will buy the truck and then you're going to
Put it in use.
put it in use.
Right.
Right? Different businesses you will do. So the entire activity of utilizing the asset to generate revenue is commercial shipping.
So if I
Generating revenue is all about commerce, it's all about commercial shipping. It's so many different ways it can be done.
so just putting, say I bought a truck, like I bought a ship. Say I'll put it this way, not ship. This is easy. I bought a ship, and I know, yeah, I bought a ship at a cheaper price because I've heard that 85% of commercial shipping is all about buying and selling of ships. A person, I won't name him, he told me that one of the companies, this in a span of 3 years, their net revenue became 3 times by just selling their ships at a lower price when the market was down. Oh, sorry, by selling their ships at a higher price when the market was up, and then buying those same ships at a cheaper price when the market was down. मैंने बोला यार ये भी क्या business है, amazing business.
Ideally, yes. Ideally, yes. But the thing is, are you able to read the market so well that you will buy at the bottom and sell at the peak?
Unpredictable.
It's not possible. It's
Impossible.
possible, but it's extremely difficult.
And maybe once or twice it is possible.
So we always say leave something on the table. Yeah, if the market is going down, don't wait for it to touch the bottom. Just buy. And if it further goes down, buy one more.
Buy one more.
Further goes down, buy one
Like we do it in stocks.
Exactly the same way. It's all the same commerce. Yeah. When the market goes up and you want to get rid of it, don't wait till it goes to the peak. Because once it goes to the peak, it's already changed the trend. Then you'll be running after the buyer. Buyer will not, he will wait for the market to go down. So that's important. But to add to your question, which you asked, is something very important. Carrying cargo, doing the trading of the ships, chartering and all that. If you look at Dr. Martin Stopford's Maritime Economics, and I would suggest to all the people who are watching this podcast, write this down, Dr. Martin, M-A-R-T-I-N, Stopford, S-T-O-P-F-O-R-D, Maritime Economics. You may find it second hand or you can order. Please read it. If you want to learn about maritime economics, commercial shipping, that's the most important. That's the Bible of our trade. All right? It's very, very important. So he says in his book that it's the return that you get only by trading the ship, carrying cargoes, is about 2 to 4% per annum.
Can you repeat it again, sir, what he says?
That the return that you generate on your investment only for trading, like carrying cargoes and doing that, is just about 2 to 4%, which is hardly anything.
Nothing.
So people actually make money by having capital gain and trading together. So you have to keep your eyes open to buy the ships and sell the ships, have the capital gain and the trading gain, put it together, and that's where you make money.
So let me put in the way of, not in truck business right now, in business of property, because it is very easy for understand.
Yes.
Like they say, many people say, sir, in this land business, that money, I bought this land 10 years back for 50 lakh rupees, now it has become 75 lakh rupees. And I tell them the cash flow was nil. You make money while you're buying and selling land in this period of 10 years. You bought this land, you sold it at 5 lakh higher, then another land. And in between whatever profits you made, you also bought a flat and you put it on rent. So when you're putting it on rent, it is like trading business.
Yeah.
Something like that. You're getting revenue, but your flat is your own. Along with that, you're buying and selling, you're making money over there. So this means, sir, every day a lot of deals of buying and selling of ships are happening in millions of dollars, sir, around the globe.
Yeah, you need to circulate that sort of money. But please remember, in shipping there is something which is slightly different. In shipping, our volatility is very, very high. Prices can go up and down. When I say prices, I'm not talking about asset prices. I'm talking about the charter rates. All right? So in the life of the ship, you may get 1 or 2 good cycles when the market is very, very high. That is the time you make loads of money. And then you have to wait for the next one. In the process, in between, you might be losing money. 2016 was very bad year. 2007 and 8, you made a lot of money. Yeah.
In between these wars happened, people made a lot of money. The container shipping boomed up amazingly.
Yeah.
For people who are not able to understand.
Let me ask you a question.
Sir, before that question, sir, I want to just say one thing. I'll forget, sir. Just yesterday in podcast with Captain Sham Paliwal, he told that same LNG ship, same size, 1 day rate at one specific period was $455,000 per day. And the same ship on another period, when the period was down, it was just getting $10,000 a day. So this is where you're talking about the boom of earning a lot of money because you had that ship. So a lot of people are waiting for that cycle to come.
Yeah.
Now coming to your question, sir, please ask.
My question is that it's just a statement, and I want to know from you whether you think the statement is right or wrong.
Okay.
Shipping thrives in chaos. Is it a
So people will kill me for it, but I believe that because a lot of these incidents happened, which like this Ukraine-Russia war or this Red Sea chaos, people have minted a lot of money. Like during COVID times, container shipping made a lot of money. So this is what I have heard, sir.
Can you give me a reason for that? No, I'm taking your interview.
Yeah, please, because I want people to know that I know zero.
No, because you will be able to answer me.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
So the question is, why do you think shipping thrives in chaos?
Sir, when chaos
What
happens, suddenly for certain, maybe demand, it's all about demand and supply. So, sir, what I feel is when it's a normal thing happening, everybody is enjoying. Suddenly, if you have got, say, you have to transfer cargo from one place to another, and you got a lot of ships, then you can negotiate. Hey, this guy is giving for $10,000 a day. I want it for $8,000, and you will find someone. But suddenly, when there is a chaos, and suddenly you see most of the ship owners say, we will not go from this area, like from the Red Sea area, we will not go.
That's a good example.
That's a good example. We will not go from this, and suddenly see the demand has reduced, and only
Then
few
what
ship
happens?
owners.
Then what happens? If
These
they
ship
will
owners
not-
earn a lot of money because we will go, we will take the risk. It is our ship, but we will charge 10 times more, and that is during this time they make hell lot of money with the risks
So
involved.
what happens to those ships who do not go through Red Sea?
So they are not making enough money because they did not take those risks.
Where do they go from?
So then they go from the Cape of Horn
You
area.
said it. So it means the ton miles increase.
10 miles increase.
The ton miles increase. Average haul increases. So in shipping, the demand is not only the demand for the commodities, it is also the is the miles, is the total.
So how much are you
volume.
traveling? So the traveling time has increased, then also you are making money.
It means that ship is stuck, right? It cannot carry new cargo. So the number of days increase in the voyage.
So I would put it this way. See, the person who is there, who is paying money, he say, I'll pay you $10,000 a day. Fine, for carrying this cargo from here to here. But earlier they were taking from, say, India to go to UK 5 days, 7 days. Now they are going to take 22 days. So in that also, for that same voyage, they are earning more money. So basically, but someone is losing money, sir. Someone is
Consumer will lose money.
And it
If
is
you
become,
already have the contract in your book as a disponent owner, as a charterer, then you will lose money because you are fixed on both the sides.
sir, shipping business is capital intensive, but it is very same. I'll tell you, sir. Recently I went to buy this gold ring out there. That time the tragedy was I told him I want to buy a gold ring, and that time the rate was 69,000 something for 10 carat. 22 carat gold or 10 grams, 68,000. I went after 7 days. Array, not at this rate. मैंने बोला क्यों? Today's rate is 74,000 rupees for 10 grams.
Yeah.
Jai Mata Di. Suddenly I'm going to pay same price, 5,000 rupees more. So very similar. Everything is similar in shipping as well.
Similar.
But the prices involved are very high. So if you make money, you make huge money. If you lose money, you lose huge
So
money.
what is common between gold prices and the shipping prices?
What is common between gold prices and shipping prices? Now this is a great test happening, and I have no clue, sir. No clue. You have to tell.
Both thrive in chaos.
हाँ yes.
Right?
Both thrive in chaos. So मतलब जितना दुनिया में कलेश मचा हुआ है, so the market in world is shipping is going to thrive, but consumer will lose because the rates are going to increase. So sir, now my next question to you is, now that we have understood that every day a lot of ships are being buying and sold by ship owners so that they can make more money, and they are taking chances just like stocks and trading. Where does the role of a ship broker comes out here? Ship broker is one who is, what is a ship broker? So let's put it this way.
Ship broker in a
And or what is a ship broking, sir?
In a very simple way, which you have already mentioned, that you are making a deal happen. So there are two parties. One guy wants to sell, other guy wants to buy. The broker is like the lubricant. You have the wheels moving, so he acts as a lubricant and brings the parties together. Because if the parties are dealing with each other directly, the egos can come in, difference of opinion can come in. You say, no, I'm only going to sell it for 22 million. No, I will pay only 20 million. So it becomes like $2 million, the deal breaks.
And then a ship broker, अरे यार $1 $1 million छोड़ देना यार, $1 million.
Yeah, the broker will actually talk to them separately, convince them. So you're asking 22 million, but actually the recent deals that I have done, they are 19 million, 20 million. So you may like to please consider. Then you tell the other guy, market is going up, my friend. So you may be thinking 20 million last done, but market may be going up. So try and bring him to 21.
Sir, I'll tell you a very good example.
To 21 million.
One of my friends, I won't name, he has got a flat in Ghaziabad. He wants to sell it. कहते when I go and try to sell it to a ship broker, to the broker, he says, demand नहीं है, there is no demand, reduce the price. And when from the same broker I call him from a different number, भैया लेना है, कहता है market is very high, you will have to pay at least 85 lakh rupees a flat. कहता है then I told him, मैंने कहा you asked for that same flat, you are telling me reduce the price to make it 70 lakhs, and for that same flat when I want to buy it from other thing, you are telling me 85 lakhs. What kind of a guy you are? So this is brokering, am I right, sir?
Brokering,
what kind of commission are you? What commission are you talking about?
Now, if it is a ship sale and purchase, it's generally 1% as the brokerage per broker.
Per broker.
Yeah. So it could be, now things are a bit different today. I'm telling you the traditional way. Say if I am the seller and he is the buyer.
Sir, you are the seller, I am the buyer. We'll keep it this way.
If I am
Jagmeet
the
sir
seller,
wants to sell a ship, I want to buy a ship.
Yeah.
We are rich people.
So I may have my own broker, which will be a seller's broker. You may have your own broker, the buyer's broker.
They both will
now,
talk.
These two guys will talk to each other. We will not talk directly with each other. My broker will not talk to you directly. The brokers will talk to each other. All right. So there we cannot put a blame on the broker that you're taking that fellow's side. You're not looking after my interest. You're looking after that fellow's interest. So this way there is a distance between the two. So you get that more confidence. That's one way of doing it. So you pay 1% here, 1% there, so 2%.
So I pay 1% to this guy, you pay 1% to this guy. That's
Ultimately, it's coming out from the buyer's pocket.
Coming out, sir, but how much? So when I'm paying 1% just to my broker, and you're paying 1% to your broker. That's it.
So 2%. Let's say if I am selling, the ship gets sold at 20 million. So as the seller, I am going to get 20 million. But how much you will have to pay? You will have to pay 2% more. 20.4 million. So you will be paying 20.4 million. I will get 20 million. They each will get $200,000.
That is 1% each. So that is coming from not from the ship owner is not paying that money. Only the ship buyer is paying that money.
Always the person who pays the commission.
Okay, but this is not happening in the land deal, sir. Out here, broker is charging from both.
Is 50-50.
50-50, both are paying.
Here also you can call it 50-50.
But out here, it's the buyer is only paying, not the seller. So this is slightly different.
Ultimately, you have to say the person who receives the money, how much he is receiving.
Understood, sir. But only the seller is paying the commission, not the buyer. Buyer is paying nothing out here. This is the difference, if I may put it correctly.
Buyer is paying 20 million, but 22 million, and you are getting less.
Getting less.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like that.
Okay.
So and nowadays you have one broker, generally speaking. So that one broker will negotiate between the parties, and he has to be extremely careful that none of the parties thinks he's taking the other person's side. In that case, you cut out one broker, so it's only 1%. Sometimes what happens is both the parties are negotiating, and there's a difference of $100,000. Yeah, and the deal is almost going to break. So he'll say, okay, I reduce my commission to 0.5%. Let's get the deal done.
कुछ तो मिलेगा.
Yeah, something you'll get. So you have to be quite pragmatic as a broker. You have to be realistic that you only when the deal happens you get money.
Okay, sir. Now my question to you is, and it might be a tough one. If you're comfortable, only then answer. Because yesterday when we were talking, spending time, you said I have done all those stuffs myself. How many ships have you sold as a ship broker?
As a ship broker, no.
Okay.
But as the principal, whether it was my first company or the second company, must have dealt with about 20 ships.
So basically, when you were working with a company, you were dealing this as a broker, but as an individual broker.
Not as a broker. As a principal.
What does principal mean?
Principal either as a buyer or as a seller.
Matlab you have been in a process of buying or selling out 20 ships, but individually you have never sold.
I have not sold or bought a ship as a ship broker.
Why? You never
Because I'm
wanted
not
to?
in that business.
You're not into that business.
I'm not in that
But
business.
I guess what people say is that this is the most lucrative business about amongst the whole commercial shipping is buying and selling, which is they say that if a shipbroker is good connects, he makes the maximum amount of money, even more than what ship chartering makes. Is it true
Yeah,
or false?
if he has the deals, he makes money. Or if he sometimes a sale and purchase broker may not strike a deal for 7 months, 8 months, 1 year. So he is out of money for all that time, and then something happens, then he makes money. So it's a risky business.
So I know one of the ship brokers. I won't talk, and but there he was very different. I told him let's come to a podcast. He did not agree. He thought maybe I do not know. I'm asking for his kidney. I would put it this way.
People
And
are not willing to.
why?
No, you're a very tough interviewer. You will start asking him about names and phone numbers of
No, I won't ask. I know that
clients.
that's
Then you
the
have to give him in writing, assure him.
yeah, sir. He won't do the podcast. Not a problem at all. Like wherever you do not feel comfortable. He said I met him.
I'm just joking.
No, sir, I understand. I met him at an event. I saw him. I know he's good, doing good, but he was wearing a very normal, casual shirt and a trouser. I said, क्यों? तो कह रहे अरे गरीब दिखना पड़ता है नहीं तो जहाज नहीं बिकेगा. That was a statement. But he till date had sold 45 ships among some tugs or something like that. And the resume that he was carrying was like a small page, folded like this. So like I was surprised, and then he was also telling me that, "Arey, ship brokers, we keep it very slight. We cannot disclose."
Privacy is very important.
Very important.
A broker is under sort of in a obligation not to disclose. It's a very private and confidential matter. Would you like the details of your deal be told to the entire world?
No, not at all.
It's the same thing.
But at least you can talk about how is the life of a shipbroker, what kind of deals may be possible, not naming
That
specific.
he should be able to. Anyone should be able to. do.
Anyone should be able to.
But
do.
that's okay. It depends on.
Okay. So this is one thing I wanted to know and I got to know. So sir, again I had done interview with Kunal as well. Ki what kind of qualities does a shipbroker should have, and he said negotiation is very important, making networks, building connections is very important, perseverance is very important, and I hope you also agree with it.
Absolutely. The soft skills and technical skills both need to go. When I say technical skill means knowing the ship. So let's say for example if I am selling a container ship or selling let's say bulk carrier, selling a bulk carrier, I should know what main engine is, what generators are, how many types of main engines are there, which shipyard, whether the engine is made by the licensee or by the original manufacturer. Alright? I should know what LO is, what LBP is, new regulations, whether the ship would be built up to those regulations. So I need to know all that. In addition to that, I should be a person with good personality. I'm not talking about a Bollywood star or anything, no. You should be outgoing. You should be able to express yourself in a way which is accepted by people. Yeah, you cannot be passive aggressive. You cannot have violent communication style.
Like I have.
You need to, no comments on that.
I get loud, sir. I get loud.
So you really need to be able to express. If you feel somebody likes to hear in a different way, you should be able to reframe. The same thing can be said in 10 different ways. The reframing is very, very important. And knowing your client, whether the client is serious or not serious. Is he just checking the market or he actually wants to do it? Otherwise, you'll be wasting time if he is just not interested, but he is just wasting time. Yeah?
Understood, sir. Sir, now that we have covered ship brokering, let's talk about ship chartering. So, can you explain a bit more about ship chartering today? And then we can go into a little bit more details.
You mean like the truck one or the ship one?
Sure, ship one, but in as simple format as possible.
Very simple. If I have a product that needs to generate revenue, I need to find a client who will pay me money. Now that money can come to me either as dollars per day or it can come dollar per ton of the cargo carried. So if I enter into a contract where I am getting dollar per day, I call that time charter contract. A contract where I get dollar per ton based on a inquiry of the client, then it's called voyage charter. So that's what it is. If
So-
there is someone who wants to give me 2 million tons of cargo to be carried every year, yeah, for 5 years, then I can do a contract of affreightment. I can do a bulk voyage chartering business with him. All right. So it all depends.
So let's put it in again truck business, sir, because I want it to be more simple. Say I have got a truck and you are a chartering guy. Done, sir?
Let's say I'm working for a builder.
Builder. You are working for a builder.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what would be the time charter over here.
Time charter would be that, no, in this case, what will happen is, if you're a ship owner,
I am a truck owner.
you're a truck owner.
I'm a poor truck owner.
You're a poor truck owner. How many trucks you have?
Sir, only one. गरीब
Only
truck
one.
owner है sir.
So
वो उसका भी
let's-
sir, I have to give commission. वो बैंक का loan चल रहा है sir. I have
Okay,
to
let's
pay.
say you have one truck, and do you want to take the risk of carrying the bricks?
Yes, yes.
Yes?
I am a risk taker.
Then it is not time charter. Then it would be, as far as you're concerned, how much money you will charge for carrying all those bricks.
Okay.
Yeah? So in that case, you are entering into a cargo contract. Basically,
Long-term
a voyage-
contract.
No, this is a voyage contract, single voyage contract. But if the builder has got, let's say, 5,000 bricks per day for the next 1 year, in that case, if you enter into a contract to carry all that cargo yourself, yeah, in that case it would be a contract of affreightment.
Sir, sub confused. Sorry, we'll have to start again. Sir, out here in the truck business, sir, maybe sorry, sir, but if I have not understood, I am
It's the
believing
same
these people
thought.
have not understood.
It's exactly the same. I'll repeat
अभी
it.
सिर्फ हमें we will talk about only about two charters.
Yeah.
We will not talk about affreightment, sir. ये मेरे लिए all these words are new. So
Okay.
we'll talk about only two charters. There is time charter and voyage charter.
Okay.
So I've got a truck. You are a builder.
Okay, done. You're a truck, I'm the builder, and you don't want to take the risk of carrying those bricks.
नहीं, I will be carrying.
Then it is the voyage charter for you.
See, I'm carrying from Dehradun to Delhi. So this is a voyage
This
charter.
is the voyage charter. You're getting money paid for carrying so many bricks on your truck.
From Dehradun to
How
Delhi.
many hours you take or days you take is your business. Yeah, you're just carrying it, you get paid for 5,000 bricks, whatever. Let's say, for example, you give it to your friend, you tell him, you find me a truck, yeah, and you take this responsibility of employing my ship. So he takes the responsibility, and then he comes to me, I'm the brick guy.
Sir, I'll put it this way. You tell me whether it's a time or not. मैं फिर confused हो गया. Sorry, sir, I get a lot
No
confused.
problem. Tell
So,
me.
sir, I'll say this thing. Sir, क्योंकि this is reality, this is which is happening.
I'm not letting you till you understand.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, sir, you are a constructor, big constructor. You are living in Dehradun, but you have got a big construction site working in Delhi. Done, sir? So,
Correct.
आपके पास you have got all these people out here, brick, cement guys out here. You have got all the things out here, and you have to send it to Delhi for the construction site. You call me, say कि okay, I am taking your truck for next 1 month. Every day I'll pay you 10,000 bucks. This truck is mine. I will take care of the truck, but these things have to be transported there.
Time charter.
This is time charter. Now, I say कि भैया ये सारी bricks you have to send it over there from Dehradun to Delhi, and I will pay you this much. जब ये सारा काम हो जाएगा, once all this is done, or I'll pay you some advance and then later on.
Now, who is the brick guy?
Brick
I'm-
guy,
I'm
you are the brick guy. Yeah, you are the contractor.
And you are the
Owner, truck
owner. So I tell you, I want you to take my bricks there,
Yes.
all the bricks there,
Yes.
and you charge me a lump sum price for carrying all.
Yes,
this.
yes.
That's voyage charter.
That's voyage charter.
Yeah.
So from here to there, I'm paying you, and it can be per ton, it can be,
Anything.
and per day also.
Let's
Something.
say I have a department which can manage the trucks very well, because I've got a lot of bricks to be carried. Then I'll tell you, give me the ship on daily hire. I'll tell him, give me the ship for daily hire. I take 10-15 ships. My people manage those. My people manage those trucks, and my cargo is transported under my responsibility. Your job is to make sure your truck is functioning well.
Functioning well.
That's it.
So as a truck owner,
I
my
will
job,
also pay the bunkers. I'll pay.
bunkers, oil you will pay. You will pay for the driver also. Everything.
No.
No driver.
is
also.
your responsibility.
हाँ, driver is my responsibility.
Captain is your responsibility.
Captain is my
Crew
responsibility.
is your responsibility.
So you are paying for all the oil,
Lubricating
everything.
oil is your responsibility.
Lube oil is my responsibility.
Diesel I will pay.
Diesel you. So only fuel oil is your responsibility.
Yes.
And maybe truck drivers khana pina.
No, that's your responsibility.
That is also my responsibility. So I'll put it again. So in a voyage charter, in a voyage charter, if my truck is going from this place to this place, I am paying. The truck owner is paying for the maintenance of the truck. If something goes wrong in between,
Truck owner is responsible.
yes, I am paying for the salary of the truck driver and ensuring that my truck is in safe condition all the
You're
time,
also
proper
paying
maintenance.
the insurance for the truck.
Yeah, insurance for the truck also. I'm paying.
Everything you pay.
So you are paying for the diesel, and you are paying me the lump sum money.
As the time charterer, if I am taking your ship on so many dollars per day or so many rupees per day, then I am responsible for the diesel. But if you are doing lump sum carrying my bricks to another place, you are taking that contract, which is voyage charter, you are paying for everything. For the truck's maintenance, for diesel oil, lubricating oil, everything. You
Okay.
pay. My responsibility is, my friend, I want the bricks to be transported from A to B. Don't ask me anything else. And I pay you so many rupees.
Understood, sir. Lagbhag understood. So now let's get to their point. They have understood a little bit about chartering. They have understood about little bit of brokering. Is it recommended to learn and have hands-on experience in operations before doing chartering?
If you don't know your product, number one, if you don't know the problems which can happen in a voyage, how can you start making those commitments to your customer?
So if someone wants to get into chartering, what does he need to learn in operations?
In operations, he has to learn what are the post-fixture operation matters, the
Like?
bunkers, quality of bunkers, quantity of bunkers required. He should be able to do a proper estimation, appointing the agents, keeping an eye on the ship, on the vessel, sending voyage instructions, following the progress. He must know all that. So once a person is aware of these things, then he gets into chartering. Then when he is doing his voyage estimation to give a number to the charterer, those numbers would be far more accurate. You will not be red at the final calculations when you do whether you made money or you lost money. That's a problem.
Understood. So, sir, if I put it this way, this is the basics that you need to learn and then move ahead. So, first is operations, then you can get into chartering.
No, you can get into chartering. There are people who don't do anything in operations.
Straight away
They
get
get
into.
straight away into chartering. The thing is recommendation. What I have applied to myself. So it's better to learn more about operations first, then move into chartering.
So-
You'll be able to do a good job.
So sometimes a small mail comes to the captain during the day. Okay, captain, you have to reach at this place at this much knot and this much oil you can use per day. This is the operations guy. He tells, okay, whether itna ho gaya, you have to take this route. Operations guy.
Everything operation. Bill of lading issues operations. Everything operations.
So
If there is a problem on the ship, commercial problem, you don't call the chartering guy. Chartering guy has nothing to do after the fixture is made. Yeah, unless something has to be discussed with the charterer. The commercial matters. If you have to discuss the commercial matter, let us say the full cargo cannot be carried for some reason. Now a negotiation has to happen between the chartering guy and the client. Then the chartering guy will come in and he will negotiate. All right? So the operations guys generally will not negotiate the commercial terms.
So, sir, if I put it this way, like generally captains on board ship are very, very finicky about certain. That is, charter ka mail aaya, we have to reply it immediately. Charter ka mail aaya, we have to reply it immediately. So, is it the operations guy from the charters department who's calling, or
Yes,
yes?
yes.
So,
No, there is a difference between charter and chartering. Please understand.
charter ka phone aaya. Charter is calling.
Charter includes chartering guys and the operations guys.
Operations guy, both. So basically, the captain getting mails is from the operations department, not from the charters. Chartering department, not from the chartering
Chartering is a function.
function.
Charter is an entity.
Now, this is where see people like me are learning. It will take. Sir, you are in yourself a Bible, sir. मतलब ये तो वैसे पता नहीं कितने podcast करेंगे, then only we will get to understand more.
No, you are asking very pertinent questions.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You are helping me. My mind is becoming clearer.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, sir, again, so suppose on board ship, some problem with the cargo has happened. Cargo के साथ. Now I have to directly as a captain come into touch with the chartering guy. कि भैया कार्गो में लॉस्ट हो गया है.
Not
कार्गो.
chartering. Not chartering guy.
Then owner, ship owner.
Now again, voyage charter, time charter. All right.
एक सिंपल रखते हैं सर बिकॉज
Now then you stick to one.
ओके विल लेट्स स्टिक टू वन एंड दैट इज से चलो वॉइस चार्टर करते हैं सर वॉइस चार्टर
Yeah, it's a voyage charter. Then the disponent owner, the time charterer, is responsible for everything. All right. So he has got now two contracts. One contract he has got with the cargo guy, the voyage charter. One contract he has got with the owner, which is time charter. Who employs the master? Disponent owner or the head owner?
हेड ओनर सर
Head owner. Now, head owner is the person who is the employer of the people on board the ship. At the same time, the master is also a servant of the charterer, the
Yes.
time charterer. Correct? Now, if there is a problem, he has to first of all be in touch with his employer, head owner's operations department. Very clear. Because if he is going to send messages which are contradictory to both the parties, that can result in a problem. So OK must be given by the owner's operations, then he sends message to the charterer's operations. This is how it works. Every case is a different case, how master needs to handle. That's why you need to have masters with good experience and common sense and knowledge to be able to deal with these.
Maybe
The question, first you tell me it's a very simple podcast and you're asking questions which people don't even understand after doing 10 years of chartering.
sir now these are coming to my mind. I never thought I'll ask these questions and I do not know whether they are tough or easy, but while talking to you these are the questions that are coming in my mind.
So these are
The list written is different and what I'm asking is different.
yeah, so these are actually the questions. There are a lot of problems do take place, but as for your audience, I would say that when in doubt, call the operations of the ship owner's office.
Operations of the ship owner, because he's
When
your
in
real, he's the real guy who's
Not
giving you
only
salary.
real, because you are making sure that your employer does not suffer.
Suffer.
He
Owner
should
does not
lose money. Yeah, and don't make those mistakes. It has to be. You have to work very closely together.
So, sir, my next question to you is: it is the operations with which the captain is always dealing with the ship owners operations department or with the charterers operations department. Am I saying right now? Charterers operations department. But when does the ship chartering guy comes into play with the captain? Only while sending him the charter party clause?
Now,
No. Okay.
that also is done by operations.
So the captain does not have much role to play with the ship chartering guy. Chartering guy is busy calling people,
Chartering
fixing.
guys will do the business and pass it over to the operations guys.
Okay.
That is what is called post fixture. Once the fixture is made, everything goes.
जाओ संभालो अपना काम हो गया पैसे.
And that is what they are going to do.
Sir, so day in a life of a ship broker is maybe contacting people, getting a call from a ship owner. "Hey, I want to sell this ship. The market is going to find me someone good, and he has another buyer who wants to buy this thing at this price." So this is the day of a ship broker. Maybe going and meeting clients, high-profile stakeholders, owners. This is the life of a ship broker.
Absolutely.
Day.
You have to build up your relationships. You should know charterers. You should know owners. Charterers are not only the time charterers. You should know cargo charterers. So there are two types of brokers. One is called the tonnage brokers. The other one are called the cargo brokers.
Ship broker कहाँ गया sir?
ये वही है. So all are ship brokers. Okay. The expertise, the tonnage broker expertise is that he knows ship owners and he can get the ships for charter on time charters.
Sir,
Okay.
buying and selling कहाँ गई? Buying and selling is
Buying,
not ship
selling,
broking.
why you are coming? No, that's okay. That's already finished.
We finished.
You also already charged money 1% and how the commission is divided.
मैं तो यही सोच रहा था. I was thinking that is the only ship brokering that we can do.
No. There are plenty of ship
So
broking.
चलो let's talk about types of ship brokering, sir,
Types of ship broking. One is sale and purchase ship broking.
which we know.
New building ship broking.
New building ship broking. What is
If
this?
you want to order a ship in a shipyard,
Yes, I will go and talk to the shipyard in
how many shipyards? You're going
Busan, Korea, Japan. No, there is also ship broker over here. Wow.
Unless you have a direct relationship. If
That
you are
is very
building-
few.
If you are building ships regularly, let's say if I have to, there are some shipyards where I can just give a call and go. Yeah, no problem. Chinese, Japanese, Korean. But then if I really want to do a good evaluation, comparative study, then it's better for me to use a shipbroker.
So we have got ship brokers for shipyards. We have got ship brokers, but that is for manufacturing of the ship also. We have got ship brokers for buying and selling. Other ship brokers, please.
So your new building shipbrokers,
Yes.
your sale and purchase shipbrokers,
Done.
then your chartering shipbrokers,
Okay.
then your recycling shipbrokers.
So
4
recycle.
markets, 4 types of.
Okay. Chartering ship brokers. What are they doing, sir?
Chartering shipbrokers, again, there are many types. Yeah, let's take the example of, let me give you the overview first. It could be dry cargo shipbroker, it could be tanker shipbroker, it could be container, not so much because they are all forwarding agents are there. So let's focus on dry bulk and tanker.
Tanker करते हैं, sir.
So
Tanker करते
let's
हैं.
say tanker. So you got the shipbrokers for that. Now tanker has got various segments. You got VLCCs, ULCCs, VLCCs.
Aframax,
You
Panamax,
got
different kind of.
Suezmax, Aframax, then you got LR1, LR2, MR1, MR2, other product carriers these are, and then smaller vessels. So every broker cannot have understanding of all the markets even in the same segment called tanker. So you have expertise, sub-expertise, sub-expertise. Alright, so I may be a tanker broker, but my expertise is in VLCCs. So I would know exactly how many VLCCs are in the market, who owns them, who has chartered them, how long the ships are on charter, when are the ships coming open, how many VLCCs are on order, that new ships will come in the market, how is it going to affect the shipping markets, what's happening in the world, what happened to US election, what happens to Russia, Ukraine. So I must understand everything that can affect my market, VLCC market. It can go up, down. Yeah, so if I'm a good broker, so I should know that. Similarly, if my expertise is...
Sir, let's talk about this broker only, because if this expertise is understood, then I guess they will understand. So sir, oil broker is there, this VLCC broker is there. He knows the VLCC market, he knows the oil market, he knows how many VLCCs are there, how many are chartered, how many maybe next month are coming in open, their chartering is getting over, they are coming into the market, which he can hire. So this is one thing.
You always compare number of cargoes opening, number of ships
So
opening.
now at one end, he is looking at people, those who have oil to send from one place to another. On the other end, he is looking at ships where they are and they can come, right sir? So he is trying to...
Again, there is a little bit difference there.
Jai Mata Di, बताइए sir.
So if he is a tonnage broker or the cargo broker, if he is
Okay.
a cargo broker, he will be focusing on oil. He will be focusing on who needs to transport the oil.
Okay.
If he is the tonnage broker, he would be more close to the ship owners who are owning those VLCCs or who have taken the VLCCs on long-term charter, right? So that's how it would be. Slight difference. It's not that they cannot do each other's jobs, but it's rare.
So my next question is, who is more important? Now you have been in all three places, so without any biases, please answer. Who is more important, a charting manager, an operations manager, or a technical fleet manager? And sir, mind it sir, many of our friends watching this podcast might get offended also. So but you have to answer Jai Mata Di का नाम लेके honestly.
See, there is something called interdependence.
Now sir, see अभी से करते हैं.
Interdependence is very important. Interdependence. What does a chartering manager do? Chartering manager uses a product, right, to earn revenue. He fixes the ship or enters into a deal. Operations guys, they make sure the promises come true. And they can only, both of them can only do it if the technical guys, they provide a ship which is fit for purpose. So in order to get something done, all three are important.
Sir,
All
agreed.
three are extremely important.
My question says,
Yeah.
who is more important?
I think
From
all
a ship
three-
owner's
all three
perspective.
are important. A chartering guy cannot do his job unless his operations are not doing a good job. Let's say, for example, if I do a business with you, I am the owner, you are the charterer. I do business with you, and my operations guys, they mess it up, that deal. Will you come back to me again?
Sir, I agree. Sir, I'll give you an example.
You will not come back.
No, sir, I will not. I'll give you a more realistic example. I am running a merchant navy coaching institute, JMD Academy. For me, the hero product is results. Now, for results, most important factor for me is teachers. For me. For me, it is teachers. Now, आपके department में but for along with that, I have support system is that the mess food should be good, the hostel authority should be, the cleanliness should be there. Important, because if that is not there, students already I am having a little bit of bad word of mouth because of the food, the quality that we are giving. Sometime we mess it up and we are working on it. So yes, there is a problem. But if you ask me, I have got a hostel academy being run, where I've got wardens taking care of discipline and everything. I've got a mess being run, and I've got results to be given by teachers. So these are three, and all three are interdependent because it's a maritime training institute or something like that. Then all three, even if one fails, my business is going to suffer, which is suffering to a little bit extent. But still, if you ask me without any biases, and nobody in my team should get offended, my most important factors are my teachers, because if they do well, students will automatically still come because they know results तो यहीं से आ रहे हैं.
So for you, technical guys are more important.
नहीं sir, for me, for overhead teachers are more important.
Marketing is not important.
Sir, again I'm saying.
Not more important.
Not more important. For me, teachers' result is more important.
Is not more important.
No, sir. I am talking about GMD Academy. I do not know. I have not done commercial shipping. I have not done charting. I have not done operations. How would I say?
So this is exactly what I am saying. All three are extremely important.
But
because
which is
they depend on each other.
So you do not have the answer. Which is more?
See, there are.
चलिए.
One has to look at it in slightly different way. Is that there is something called cost center and this is something called profit center. All right.
Okay.
So the salary of the technical guy and operations guy, the basic would be more than the chartering guy. But the chartering guy being in profit center, the bonuses that he is going to get would be far, far more than what technical and the operations will get.
Okay.
Provided he can make money.
So if I would put it
They
this
are not
way.
guaranteed. Bonuses are not guaranteed.
So this was my next question.
Yeah.
Who has more possibility to be rewarded good bonuses among all these three departments, that is operations, technical and chartering?
Of course, chartering. Chartering has got higher possibility of getting more bonus, provided he can help the company make money. If the company doesn't make money, he can forget his bonuses.
So basic salary, if you say, which is like constant salary, will be more for technical and operations guys.
So basic
salary.
That's
and
similar experience.
Similar experience. And it will be less for the same with similar experience. It will be less for chartering guys.
Yeah.
Sir, I said very openly to my team at GMD Academy कि marketing के लोगों को मैं चाहता हूँ भूखा रहे. I want them to be hungry. I want them to play around incentives. If I increase their basic salary more, maybe they will not be hungry. They will not be going with that same experience to get more business.
So you encourage them to be more profitable. So you can get a.
Yes, they get high incentives. They get huge incentives. Teachers, they have got basic, so they are like technical managers. उनकी constant salary है.
The same thing you are doing in marketing.
Marketing, yes. Marketing में it's like the charters. So they are charters because then they'll get incentives. They get good incentives if they convert. Okay, so similar. Okay. How many people Ishad watching down below? अरे सर मेरे को तो कोई incentive मिलता ही नहीं है. मैं तो social media से बात रहा हूँ.
Don't ask me ever that who is more important. They are equally important.
Sir, but again you are saying this.
See, I am saying.
See, you are saying
I
this.
have worked in
all three departments,
yeah.
And you cannot be biased towards one. But who has paid you more? Chaliye, like I'll change it.
Of course, chartering.
Chartering has paid you more.
Yeah.
Much more than what a technical manager as a technical.
Much more.
Much more. This much is.
My bonuses have been very, very high. I mean, any operations, any chartering guy would, if the company makes money, will get a bigger chunk.
Okay. Sir, how many people in chartering are able to make good bonuses? I mean, what is the success rate?
Some people get lucky because they join a company and the market is on an upturn. Yeah, but if you join an organization when the market is not doing well, you have to struggle for a few years before the market picks up again. So it's a very difficult question to answer.
But still, like you have yourself been into this commercial business. You have mentored so many ship charters out there.
Yeah.
You have been one amongst yourself. How many people say 100 ship charters came in your career? How many could really get good bonuses and could really do well?
See, in the super cycle time 2003 to 2008.
Super cycle means when the markets were doing really good.
Yeah.
Yes.
People made loads of money. After that, if I look at bulk carriers, 2015, 16, 17, 18, it wasn't very good. Then immediately after COVID, market started doing very well. Market is doing reasonably well now. So the chartering guys are making money. But to see that who are the stars who get paid a lot, for that you need to work very hard.
And
Your
1%,
relationships.
2%, 3%, 5%.
It's difficult to put like
Put
that
that.
percentage. You normally look at like 1 year bonus, 1.5 year bonus, 2 years bonus. Like your entire year's salary could be paid to you as a bonus.
And you just
That's
straight
right.
away go and buy a house in India, it's somewhere, Dehradun.
Correct. Technical guys maybe like 2 months bonus or 3
Yeah, this is what I
months
have, 2 months.
Operations also will get something like that.
So they have a fixed salary, but this is what the maximum bonus they get. Chartering guys
But
can make it.
work-wise, they are extremely important. They can't survive without each other.
Agreed, sir. So, can a technical manager become a successful commercial manager? Because you've been there. And why so late? First, my question. So, the question is, can a technical manager become a successful commercial manager? But my question is, if you're watching this podcast and you feel that commercial shipping is a, why do you want to become a technical manager and then start into commercial? Had you started your career, I would put it this way, into commercial shipping much earlier, would it have been better for your career, or you regret starting it late? Let me put three questions together.
Good question. I wasn't even aware of commercial shipping.
This is what I'm saying, sir.
If I was more aware, if I had not joined the ship, because for me everything was, it was like Kook Manduk, a frog living in a well. All I knew was technical management. It's only when I joined my first company ashore, it was a very reputed ship owning company, and then I started to feel, because I was interacting with the commercial guys, I found it very exciting and I liked it. But I had to be prepared for it. So I did my ICS exams and I prepared myself. And after that, I really enjoyed doing commercial. That time, if somebody asked me, would you like to go back and do 100% technical, I wouldn't do that. But nothing wrong in what I was doing as a technical. I was enjoying it. And even actually when I joined commercial, I was still looking after the technical as the person.
So fine, my thing is, sir, while writing this question down, this is amazing thing that is coming to mind is, suppose you had heard about commercial shipping, you knew more about commercial shipping. See, commercial shipping came to you. You kept your ears open. You only knew that till that time, okay, you went for IES, you became a chief. Then the gradual thing was, okay, become a technical superintendent, become a fleet manager. Many people are stagnant there. They are happy because you took that challenge at a very late stage in your career. I want to learn commercial shipping, and you did that amazingly well. But my question is, if you were aware about commercial shipping then and there itself, would you continue sailing, say, as a chief engineer, second engineer, third engineer, fourth engineer, or you would have taken the risk of getting into commercial shipping?
I wouldn't call it risk. I actually enjoyed technical also for a long, long time. My mindset was always asking those 5 W's and 2 H's. You know what are those?
5 W's and 2 H's are?
5 wives and 2 husbands.
No.
5 W's. What, when, who, where, whom, and husbands are how much. Yeah. So these are very important. So that is what, as an engineer, we done. Rational thinking, logical thinking. So I always enjoyed that, being in DMET, and thoroughly loved it. Being a studious guy. So engineering is something I love. Over a period of time, my interest for commercial came. It's not that I was not fully aware. Of course, I knew there is a commercial shipping, but I was more inclined towards it. Only when I saw people talking and
minting money.
then
it should be a reason, sir.
Smelling the money. Why not? Why don't I learn
In the
that?
same floor, you are sitting, you're a technical manager earning this much, and you see suddenly this guy. Muni, was it a reason or not? And you're sitting on the same floor with a guy who's saying, "Arey, I have got your pure 1 year ka bonus I got this time." And you said, "Arey, मैं तो 2 साल 2 महीने का bonus मिला." Was it ever there?
No, Pranit. It's not just the money. Money was one part, but also the lifestyle of a commercial guy. The people you meet, you're more outward going. You go and meet a lot of people, you attend a lot of conferences which are commercial conferences, and as a commercial guy you are more aware of geopolitics, geoeconomics, what's happening in the world, how the trading patterns change, the complete globalization pillars which drive globalization, which drives the trade, protectionism, tariffs, What happens if Donald Trump will come? What's going to happen if Biden had won or Kamala Harris had won? So all these things as a commercial guy, you are involved because you get affected by it. So I found that very challenging. Whereas in technical also there are challenges, but they are more linked with decarbonization, digitalization, rules, regulations coming. I am not saying that's not challenging. That is challenging. But over a period of time, I got more interested in commercial.
It's commercial is more dynamic than I would say technical. Would you agree?
It's more
Dynamic. But the change is happening. You have to
depends on your mindset. Again, depends on your mindset. What is it that you like? See,
Okay.
there is no yes or no answer for that. I must tell you, with due respect to commercial guys and technical guys, if you enjoy being an engineer, there are plenty of challenges in technical.
Agreed.
And you would not even think of going into commercial. But if your mindset is more in terms of taking the financial risk, challenges, building more relationships with various types of stakeholders like the banks, the ship financiers, industrial houses, cargo guys, then of course you would do that.
Okay, sir. If I put it this way, say on a floor, there is technical department, commercial department, both together, matlab open space. You will, if I put it this way, you will find when the market is going down, you will find sad or not so good faces of the commercial department. Technical managers are fine, and because they have got a constant salary. And when the market is on the rise, you'll find happy faces out there because earning money and they are still constant. Or maybe a little bit sad because the other department is making huge loads of money.
That's a fact of life.
Fact of life.
That is fact of
Putting
life.
it in with a gist of humor in it. But
No,
is
that's
it?
fine. That's a fact of it. And we joke also about it. Yeah. But at the same time, I must emphasize again for your viewers and for yourself, and a reminder for myself. Commercial cannot work without technical.
And technical
cannot work without
Agreed,
commercial.
sir,
And
agreed.
both of them cannot work without operations.
Operations. All three.
So we have to work together. Yeah, we have to be aligned, we have to be focused to make sure your enterprise or the firm's bottom line that doesn't become less black or even red.
Okay. My next question, sir, to you is, and not on the list out here, but very important. Many of my batchmates are technical superintendents today. If after watching this video, they want to get into commercial shipping, what would you suggest them? What do they need to do?
Commercial shipping is not like a portly which is there, you become commercial person. No. You can be a technical superintendent, learn to have a bit more of a commercial mindset. This is the question I asked myself. After I did my ICS exams and after I started doing more commercial, I used to think, if only I knew this when I was a superintendent, I would have been able to help my commercial colleagues in a better way. I would have been able to, help my organizational bottom line in a better way. What happens is, when you are thinking only from your department's perspective, now this is a very deep thing, I must share that. Let's say you are only thinking about the bottom line of your technical department. What is the bottom line? Having positive variance, not negative, right? You have given budgets are approved. So you want to make sure that you do not exceed the budget, because if it becomes unbudgeted or expensive than what you have accounted for, your bonuses will suffer, your promotions will suffer. So you do not think from company's perspective, you think from your departmental bottom line. Sometimes you have to take action which may increase your expense, but overall it helps the organization by supporting the commercial. Commercial benefits out of it. Overall company benefits. So it's very important between the different departments there is a openness. The organizational culture should be such, and it has to be driven from top. It should not be that I don't care what you spend, but you are negative, so you are going to suffer. Then that person next year is going to do things which are anti-social in the sense that anti-organization, he'll just focus on his bottom line, right? Is it good?
No.
It's not good.
So-
But he should be rewarded for the performance in addition to just the numbers, in addition to how much cooperation has been given, what his actions have helped the commercial to generate more revenue. So our way of doing budgeting, I teach this subject by the way, cost and budgeting.
We'll come to that as well, sir.
And there is a lot of psychological part, the bottom-up approach, top-down approach, all these things are extremely important. Yeah. So we have to work as a team. So there is no uska chehra down or uska chehra up.
I agree, sir.
But as a
sir, humor part mein, sir, when
humor
I'm sitting out here as a third party out here,
Humor
see,
part is-
sir, for me it is not important to demotivate any department out here. But when you my aim is to set a clarity in the thought process what can happen with you.
Yeah.
See, there do good times, bad times. But sir, I want to rephrase this question again, and I will tell you what my expectations
Can I
are
add
from.
something
Yes,
to
sir.
my
please.
last one because I just took it from the technical guy should have known commercial. When I was in commercial, doing hands-on, my technical knowledge helped me a lot in doing my commercial job better.
Any day.
Yeah. Let's say even for sale and purchase when I was doing, I'm evaluating a ship or something. Though for record purposes, I would still ask the technical guys to give me the budget. But I knew the budget. I could do my own budget,
Nice.
5 years budget evaluation for those ships. So I can do a very back of the envelope calculation. What should be the break even for my ship, including finance cost and the OPEX, etc. So that helped me a lot. But of course, when I'm actually making my project report, I must have a supporting document from the technical.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's required. What do you think of yourself? You know everything about what. So that's the issue, you know. So you got to be a bit careful.
Sir, I will rephrase this question again because what I wanted I could not get from this answer. This is my expectation. Sorry, sir. So my question is, sir, many of my batchmates are technical superintendents.
Yeah.
After watching this podcast, if they wanted to get into commercial shipping,
Yeah.
what kind of courses you suggest them? What do they intend to do so that they can get into this?
So now you're saying the course correction.
So that they can
You're
get
saying
into
that
commercial
they should
shipping.
stop doing technical and go more into commercial.
Because if they want to, after looking at more money, maybe.
Yeah.
And
In
maybe
my
more
opinion,
interest.
it should be a gradual process. It's not that you just one day you get up in the morning and you are doing commercial. It should not be like that. So if you are a technical superintendent, do some reading for the ICS books, start reading the market reports, start reading the charter parties. They take one time charter party, take one voyage charter party, take your commercial guys out for a cup of coffee, or talk to them, make friends with them, generally listen to what they are saying, read politic reports. So let that process happen. You should start feeling the vibes of commercial shipping rather than just close this door and open the other door. It doesn't work. You will definitely need help. Sometimes the commercial guys may not like to share anything with you. It can happen. But then you're dealing with the people. How do you ask questions? They should not feel you're trying to take their interview.
Undue advantage or something.
No, interview.
Interview.
Who are you to ask me these questions? Oh, you could have fixed the ship at this rate. Why don't you go and take care of the main engine? You know? That sort of thing can happen. So you need to be very careful the way you ask because you want to learn.
Not
So
intimidate
that is
them.
very important. So there are some steps which need to be followed. As I mentioned earlier, that for me it was like Archimedes Eureka thing. I used to study my ICS books in the bus number 598 from South Horizon to the office via Aberdeen Tunnel. Used to take 45 minutes.
In Hong Kong, am I
In
right?
Hong Kong. So I would sit and read that, and I would be smiling and reading because everything was so interesting for me. So interesting. Like the very first one was, let's say, economics of sea trade. I think it's very important, sea transport. Reading about theory of absolute advantage, Adam Smith. Coming to comparative advantage, David Ricardo, Ricardian theory. I said, wow, that's amazing. Then comes Heckscher-Ohlin theory and pharma factor and 3 factor and 5 factor. I got so interested that I read Maritime Economics by Martin Stofford. That's the starting point. The technical guys, the first book they should read is Maritime Economics by Martin Stofford.
So,
And then start with your. See, let me give you one example. May I?
Please, please.
Just one example I'll give you. In the Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers, we have started a new program. Yeah, this program also is delivered by Skills Plus
Which
on
is?
behalf of ICS as the recognized partner. That is called Understanding Shipping. See, the biggest problem our technical superintendents or anybody else faces is, I have got so many ships which I am managing. In my group, everybody is managing like 5 superintendents, they are managing 5 ships each, 4 5 ships. So you're looking at 20 to 25 ships. One person out of 5 will be either on leave or unwell or traveling. So those number of ships increase. So it's firefighting all the time. Now to expect these guys to leave their job and attend a course for 6 hours, 7 hours, which I am teaching, I have to understand it's difficult. Then I say, okay, let's do it on Saturdays. So some of them do, they come, but then you're cutting out your family time, isn't it? It's not easy. So that is sort of very discouraging for our technical guys. Even they want to do it, it's not very easy for them to do it. So in Understanding Shipping, it's a Moodle based course. Everything is on the Moodle. There are 9 units. Over 3 months you need to do. You read it yourself. It's very simple, very nicely put. Then there are MCQs or some questions. 9 units over 3 months. Nobody, you don't have to go for a class and sit there. You can do it in your airport, you do it in a flight, you can do it anywhere you want. Your wife is not very happy with you, you want to go to Cope Bhavan. So in the Cope Bhavan you can sit and do little bit, And then every week the tutors would be available to you for 2 hours. So you note down all the questions you have. And those 2 hours you ask the question. On Saturday 10 to 12 workout time you ask. That's it. I think there is nothing better than this. And at the end of it you get the certificate from ICS that you have done Understanding Shipping. Now you decide. Now this is the first step you do. You may decide, I don't like it much, commercial shipping. I don't want to do further. I've got sufficient knowledge, which will help me do my technical work in a better way, and I can coordinate nicely with my ops and chartering guys. Fantastic. Amazing, isn't it? You might think, oh wow, it's like so interesting. I want to do more. Do your advanced diploma. You do shipping business from Group A. Choose another subject from Group B. Could be anything. If you like dry cargo, then you do the dry cargo chartering. Tanker chartering. You like port agency, do port agency. You want to do multimodal, you do multimodal. Port terminals, do port terminal. Sale and purchase, do sale and purchase. Shipping law, ship finance. There are so many subjects there. You do any of them. Combine this, you have your advanced diploma. All these things are adding up towards your membership of ICS. Now, out of 7, Introduction to Sea Transport, Introduction to Shipping is done by doing Understanding Shipping. Then you have done 2 more subjects, so 3 subjects are done. 4 are remaining. You do it whenever you want to do it, 2 years, 3 years time.
And once you do it, what will happen?
You finish your PQE, pre-qualifying examination, you become member of Institute of Chartered Shipbrokers.
How many exams are there for the Institute of Chartering Shipbrokers?
There are total 7 exams are there.
And
Yeah.
7 exams you clear and then you become a member. What will happen once they become a member of ICS?
Once you become member of ICS, first of all, you yourself feel a difference in your mind. You have such a broad perspective of shipping industry, right? You are able to do your job better. So even if you continue to remain in technical, when you talk to your ship owners, your clients, you understand their perspective. Who is the best service provider? Who understands the business of his client? So by doing this, you are understanding the business of your client. You're having dinner together, or lunch together, or having a drink with your client, and he's talking about market. You have something to contribute. You understand what he's saying. If you're a hardcore technical guy, he's talking about Baltic indices, market has gone up, the order book is this, supply and demand scenario. Okay, Brazil, there is a dam burst or whatever, all the iron ore will come from Australia, not much iron ore there. So all these things, technically I may not understand that much. And he'll have a long face, look at him, lost eyes. That's not good. I feel that's not good. So that's just a byproduct, it helps. Then if you would like to move further, you can do it.
Then how? Say now you have got an interest into commercial shipping. You have become a member of ICS. What next? Talking to your own company and telling I want to shift to commercial or what?
Yeah, that's the first thing you should do.
Okay.
That's the first thing. See, please remember, I worked only in 2 companies ashore. Only 2 companies. But if you look at the job profile, I have done almost everything. I didn't have to change the companies.
Best way, because they trusted you that he's a good guy. So if your company trusted, that is the best way to switch departments in the same company. It would be the best thing.
Switch department, you take over more responsibilities. And when things do change, then you take more people and gradually move into a higher role. So I must give you a practical example. My own example. So when I went to my boss after doing ICS exams, he says, all right, you can do commercial, you'll get 1 salary, and you're not hiring anyone else. Okay? So I started going to the office at 7 o'clock in the morning. 7 to 4 I was doing technical. 4 o'clock Baltic Exchange opens. So commercial activity starts. So 4 to 10 in the night, 11, I would do commercial.
And what was, no fights at home? You are not giving family time?
No, she didn't like it, but I explained to her that this for a short period.
And how much?
I don't know, this was almost 6-7 months.
Okay.
And then so happened that the guy who was in charge of commercial, in between, not the top boss, 2001 he left. So suddenly I had to do more. Then boss said, okay, you can hire 1 more superintendent there to help you. Okay. Then the head of commercial left. Then I took over both.
Jackpot.
Commercial, not jackpot. It's a lot of.
Sir, opportunity, sir. I understand, sir. But
yeah, it's an opportunity.
For a person like you would
you have to be prepared. And to prepare yourself, you have to learn.
So,
you have to do dirty your hands, not in the scavenge space point of view, but also in the new
books.
Yeah. So you have to do that. So then I could hire more people, and that was good. But till then, there's a limit in one particular organization. Then you want to learn more. That was the time I shifted the company.
So many of my batchmates were chief engineers, second engineers. Some of my friends are captains and chief officers, top 4 people. If they want to know more about commercial shipping, and then what should be their process to get into commercial shipping?
Yeah, this is something, like 3-4 times you have mentioned top 4. Getting into commercial shipping has nothing to do with top 4. All right. I'll give you one example. My own batchmate, he was 4th engineer, and he wrote all his ICS exams in one shot. And the general manager of the company also wrote the same exams. He failed. Okay?
4th year passed.
4th engineer passed. So, and then he's doing a good job. Even today, for last so many years, he has been commercial guy. So, getting into commercial shipping, वो किसी rank का मोहताज नहीं है. So you have to see yourself, do you like it? And in order to find out whether you like it, you should do understanding shipping, right? It's something which can do on your own time, and then you get a feel of it. After that, you don't have to become a second engineer or chief engineer. If you like, you can come ashore as 4th engineer, 3rd engineer also. Same thing on the navigation side. Even OS, AB, I mean, such educated ratings we have. If they want to do it, if they like it, they can do it. So it has nothing to do with a rank on board the ship. But then this course that we have started at IIM Mumbai and CMMI, where I am teaching the executive MBA at the IIM, there we do give some credits if you have certificate of competency. All right, so there you get some benefit, but otherwise getting into commercial has got like the same question which you asked me. If I had known about commercial, why did I waste so much time? Why did I delay? Same thing applies here. If you're a junior guy and your inclination is toward commercial, if you love it, like it, why waste time continuing?
Sir,
Go, jump.
agreed. Sir, अब इसके लिए I got one idea, that is कि understanding shipping is one course which is by ICS, right sir?
By ICS.
By ICS. And how much does that course cost?
It all depends. It all depends. If you want to get students to do it, we can discuss. That's
Okay.
not a.
So मैं उसमें डाल दूंगा. Second thing is guys, there is a free course out there in the description box given below, जहाँ पर आपको ship charting and ship procurement you can get to know. You can enroll for that course and know more about the colleges and a lot of stuff that you need to know even about ICS as well. ICS as well. And let's see if you got anything. The description box we got a contact number, you can contact and I will try to find out the right answers for you and put it in the comment section as well.
Yeah.
Done, sir?
So
Let's see.
that's right.
Sir, my earlier podcast I did with Captain Shyam Paliwal, who is doing good, and he told his hero, idol is Dr. Harry Banga, who is also the owner of Fleet Management, and he's the richest seafarer that we can talk about. He's a billionaire. So, and he told, but I have just met him once. And over here, then 2 days later, I am sitting with person who has worked just directly under him for how many years, sir?
7 years.
7 years. He was a direct reporting boss. So, sir, what made him Dr. Harry Banga the man he is today, starting from a very humble background in Chandigarh to become the richest seafarer, a billionaire? What made him that?
Attitude, aptitude, hard work, and care for the people. So Harry has done very well. He's been on the ship, he was the master, and he started working for someone after that. Then he decided to, through a common friend, decided to join Noble, and he started Noble Chartering with them. And he built up a team of excellent professionals working under him, and used to take a lot of care of them. The decision making was top class. He has his ears to the ground. In shipping, as you know, it's the information is the most important part. So he would go to China, he would spend time with the Chinese steel mills and all these guys and get a feel where the market is going to be. Before others react, he would act.
Wow.
He would actually act.
Before
So,
others react, he would actually
he would
act.
He would take those decisions which will do a great job. And I think if somebody who needs a role model or ideal to do well in life, it's important to read more about Harry. So we call him Harry out of love. We don't call him Mr. Banga or Dr. Harry Banga. He's our Harry. And I think one of the best professionals, one of the best elder brother sort of approach that he has. I recall when I had a stroke in my head, cerebral, so he's the one who made all the arrangements, immediately called the head of neurosurgery in PGI, Dr. Sudesh Prabhakar, says take care of this boy. And one of the family members of Harry came to the airport in Delhi to pick me up, and we went straight to PGI. He is amazing, and this is just one story. Everybody has a story of their interaction, and everybody talks about him with so much of emotions. So that's.
Is he a strict taskmaster, sir? Along with that?
Yes. If Harry does not get upset with you when you're working with him, it means there is a problem. You may not be required. Yeah? So जब तक वो सुनन नहीं मिल रही ना.
Till the time he is angry with you or he shout, if at all.
I don't think he gets angry. He pretends to be angry.
Pretends to be angry.
Yeah. His intention is to help you learn. His intention is because he wants you to improve, do well. So his expectations are high at the same time. He can't do this, that sort of thing. But amazing. If anybody wants a role model, it's Harry who should be the role model.
Great. Maybe one day I might be able to, someday maybe a podcast with him, maybe in future, maybe not. But we'll see. With this, sir, I want to thank you for this lovely, amazing opportunity coming from Chandigarh to Dehradun and giving so much time and love out here. I know I'm the most disorganized person that anybody can ever meet. But again, thank you very much, sir.
And you are proud of it.
I'm not at all proud, sir, but I am so bad that I keep talking and I am not improving, sir. But I try to. Even today, when I was planning stuff, I was.
You have done well. You have done well.
So, sir, again, sir, sorry for all the hiccups that have happened. You have been.
Record हो रहा है?
हाँ sir, सब record हो रहा है. And I'm saying it proudly. But मतलब, sir, wherever I'm lacking, I have to tell people.
Okay.
But maybe someday I'll become a better person. But sir, thank you for this amazing podcast and my team sitting behind. Even they are learning this through this podcast, and so am I. With this, sir, thank you very much. Thank you for this amazing.